right. Well, hello and welcome. Freaking welcome and hello, you guys. Today is Thursday, which means that it is actually vlog day today, and I have a full-on jam-packed vlog for you guys tonight. I can't do that thing anymore where I put all of the timestamps up here like I used to do just freaking forever ago, but thankfully, my main man, I saw him in the chat already, Jeremy V. Appreciate you being here. Jeremy V is going to get all of the timestamps, and they're going to be the first comment right underneath this video, right there. It's just pinned for your convenience. All the timestamps. Jeremy V puts in the time, gets the timestamps. I appreciate you, Jeremy. Thank you for being here. But like I said, we got a full vlog. We're gonna wish Thomas Crow a very, very happy birthday to Thomas Crow. I'm not even sure he's here tonight. I haven't even seen him in the chat, but that's okay. Maybe he's doing birthday stuff. Maybe he's doing awesome Thomas Crow birthday stuff. But if you're here, Thomas Crow, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from me. Happy birthday from everybody, all the yo-yoys, all the Grimm Army. Happy birthday, Thomas Crow. I appreciate you, my man. We do have an action-packed vlog. Like I said, we're going to be drinking a beer. We're going to be drinking that Homebrew from, I wrote his name on the bottle. It starts with a J. Jesse or Josh? It's Jesse or Josh. I think it's Jesse. Anyway, we got a beer from Jesse. We're going to real quickly talk about what I've been vaping. I do have a little bit of mail. I got a few packages we're going to open up. We're going to do getting to know GrimmGreen. I've got a huge reminder on my desk of that. We are going to do a retro vaping. We're going to do a liquid tasting, and I am pumped 9,000 for this liquid tasting. Maybe pumped 10,000 for this liquid tasting. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate that. This is the pan from Dixon. Tomorrow morning, I don't want to see any of you fuckers on the Dixon website because I'm going to be trying to buy the chainsaw in a medium. That's going on sale tomorrow from Dixon. Dixon flannels might be a little bit of an addiction. That's fine. Happy birthday, Thomas Crow. I see you there. Welcome, bro, and happy birthday. Thank you for the Dixon. And we're going to have some news and advocacy. The news and advocacy is mostly going to be centered around sort of PMTA type of news, some things going on, some things changing and stuff like that. Also, people have been, nonstop, just asking me to talk about Superbloke. So I'm going to spend just a little bit of time in the news and advocacy segment, maybe talking about Superbloke. I don't have like a special Superbloke bumper, which I would have if I was a good YouTuber, I would have put together some sort of special Rip Trip or Superbloke intro. Just didn't do it. Just didn't have the time to do it. That's okay. Maybe next time. There's never going to be a next time. This was my one shot. And I messed up the whole thing. Well, let's get this vlog rolling. Enough yammering, right? Let's get this vlog rolling. Let's do that one thing that's my new favorite thing, where I get to hear from one of my subscribers. Right now, I'd like to hear from Sean.
Hey, Nick, Sean here. You might know me as I'm My Own Enemy on Instagram. I just wanted to say thank you. My Vaporversary is coming up on the 15th. That's all thanks to you. I tried for 6 months vaping to quit smoking, and I couldn't do it until Atlanta Peach Leaf, 18 milligram, I got a hold of, and it took me about a week or 2 weeks. So thank you for helping me quit. My wife thanks you as well. Have a good one, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Much love.
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. Boosh, you are shouted out. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm really glad, to have been able to help out when I can. That was an older video. I believe I have been sitting on that video, I think, for about a year, and I saw it, and I'm like, why haven't I ever... It's just been sitting here. I have such a bad... I keep seeing things. I just saw the same video over again, never used it. So thank you, Sean. I appreciate that very much. If anybody else out there has a video, maybe similar to Sean's, whatever. You want to shout yourself out, shout your shop out, shout your e-liquid vendor out, complain about the CDC, complain about the FDA, complain about Joe Biden, whatever you want to say, send a video on over to me, nick@grimmgreen.com. Just mark your subject, that one thing, and I'll save it. I'll watch it. It might get used on this here vlog channel video station. What? All the super chats are going to get done at the end of every segment, and I'm going to stick to it again this week. They're going to happen at the end of every segment instead of at the beginning of the next segment when I forget and I go, oh yeah, we got to do super chats again. Beginning of the segment, no good. End of the segment, there we go. That's where they're going to live. That's where the super chats are going to live. So let's just keep rolling. Let's just keep going on through this vlog. How's everybody doing tonight? You doing good? I feel really good tonight. Mike Vapes is here. Woo! Mike Vapes. So I'm going to be tasting a little bit later. I'm going to be tasting a very random liquid out of the, hey, what's that? That's the Mike Vapes Recurve RDA. Yeah, Mike Vapes Recurve RDA. That's going to be the liquid tasting later. Welcome, Mike. Thank you. I'm glad you came to stop by. Yo, Matt Sinister. How are you doing, my man? Anyway, you know what I want to do right now is I have a beer. And this, I believe this is the beer from Jesse. This is the Homebrew. It literally says open over the sink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the bumper. I'm going to go to the kitchen. I'm going to open the beer over the sink just as a precautionary measure because it literally says on the bottle, please open over the sink. And I don't think that I want to go against that. So I'm going to go into the kitchen. I'm going to open it up. I'll bring it back in here. I'll be right back. Literally, it'll be like 12 seconds. You ready? Are you guys ready to have some beer? I'm ready to have some beer. That was a geyser. That was the freaking Mount St. Helens of beer openings. That was a geyser. That was unbelievable. So here's what we got. Open over the sink just in case. You know, I did, and it was a literal geyser. Most of this watermelon wheat beer went just straight into the sink. In fact, I'm going to show you how much beer is left in this bottle. That's all foam. Can you kind of see maybe the lines right about here? That's how much beer is left in this bottle. Open over the sink just in case. Yeah, no kidding. If I had opened this beer in here, that literally would have ended the vlog. It would have gone everywhere. My laptop would be covered in beer. My camera might be covered in beer. My mixing board would definitely be covered in beer. My keyboard would definitely be covered in beer. That was a high. This beer is just going to go everywhere. So appreciate the note on it. I'm going to try to get some of this beer out of here because I also know since it's a homebrew, he said don't pour the bottom of it where you get all that sentiment? All that sentiment at the bottom of a beer. Sediment. Man, sediment at the bottom of a beer. You know what? This probably would pair amazing with watermelon. I wish I had some watermelon. I just don't. So I'm going to pour some of this. I saw a little bit of sediment in there. I'm going to try to get as much of this watermelon wheat beer as I can out of here. I just don't want that sediment. It's a hazy, sort of rosy colored. There's no head on it because all of the head, literally every ounce, every molecule of carbonation reacted when I opened this bottle of beer, and it was a literal geyser in my sink. Like, substantial, not just, oh, there's beer coming out. It was like violent. It was like, have you seen that recent video of the old lady that drops the Mentos in the Coke bottle and it kind of just goes all over her and it's really funny? That's kind of what it was. It was forcefully, violently beer ejecting from this bottle. Violently. Now my hands smell like watermelon wheat beer, but damn it, cheers. Here's to you. Let's try it anyway. Let's try it. Oh, yeah. Still very nice and carbonated. Yeah. Very clean beer. There's a little bit of like this watermelon sort of sweetness to it, but it's not like, it's not like a watermelon like you would think of in an e-liquid. It's not like a candied watermelon. It's not like a watermelon type of flavor, although I think this would pair amazingly with watermelon. It's very much like there's watermelon juice in it. Like you smashed a watermelon and then took all that runny sort of red clear juice and just dumped some of that in the beer and like brewed it with the beer. It's a very crispy, refreshing sort of watermelon flavor to it. Dude, that's really good. That's really nice. I wish I had more of these, and I wish the rest of this bottle didn't end up in the sink. I was trying to think of a way, pictures or it didn't happen, the dude. All right. I was trying to think of a way that I could take you guys last minute with me to the kitchen to do this. And I thought, okay, I'll get my iPad and I'll have Casey sit here with my iPad, and then I'll FaceTime my iPad from my iPhone so I can take my iPhone to the kitchen, and you can watch the FaceTime call on the iPad through the camera, then to the TV, then to YouTube. Like, that's crazy that you can even do that. Maybe I'll do that next time. Maybe the next Jesse beer that we definitely have to open over the fridge. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that little thing. Maybe we'll do that little. This is great. I truly and honestly think this particular brew is going to go well with both Prickly Smooth and the Smack Secret Crush. So I want to try Prickly Smooth real fast. Great. That's perfect. That is an amazing pairing. That Prickly Smooth is like a sweet grapefruit type of like, there's some like citrusy tartness, but it's mostly like a sweet grapefruit, like those grapefruit gummies. Remember the grapefruit gummies, the Sunkist, where I had like 16 bags of them? Those with this beer is rocking. I'm interested to see how this lemonade goes. That's nice. Nice and tart. Tart lemonade, tart brew. Dang, this is awesome. I wish I had more. I'm just going to end up finishing this off right now. I wonder if I can get any more out of here. This is legitimately awesome. Yeah, that's going to be all the... There's a little bit of sediment in there. I didn't think I'd get it. All right, I got a little bit more to maybe get me through a little bit further in the vlog. This is the first homebrew that I've ever tasted on YouTube, ever. If I have any other homebrewers and you guys are brewing delicious, delicious beers, let GrimmGreen get in on some of that action. Let GrimmGreen get on some of that action. This is a great jumping off point. This is a really good, I would pay money out of my wallet to buy this beer and to consume this beer. Watermelon wheat. That's awesome. Awesomeness. So what I want to do right now is just real quickly talk about a few things that I've been vaping. I've been trying to run, real lean in the vape department. I'm not all about having 1,000 setups and stuff. The problem is, if you guys have been watching me for any amount of time, I just get overly excited to set stuff up. It's one of those things. It's like, there's some things in vaping that you just love to do. And mine is, oh, look at this atomizer. Oh, look at this mod. Yeah, let's set it up. I have this thing. I just want to set stuff up. I love setting it up. I hate maintaining it. I hate cleaning it. I hate tearing it down. I hate cleaning it again, but I love setting it up. Oh my gosh, I love setting it up. Thank you, Logan. Let's do some super chats real quick before I talk about what I been vaping. TT Vape, appreciate that. Awesome video on the regulated mods, man. I love what you're bringing to vaping and appreciate the hard work. Oh, TT Vape, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, wanted to do a video about regulated mods. It's just something I've been thinking about for a while, and this week was the week that it happened. So I really much appreciate that, TT Vape. M. Hoskins, Very gracious of you. Have you ever heard Death Atlas front to back? Amazing album. Cattle Decapitation was on another level. Also on a huge old school death metal kick. Stay brutal. I would love to talk metal sometimes. Look, I'll talk metal until the cows come home. I haven't been on a big metal kick lately. That's not entirely true. I just haven't been on a big metal kick lately. I've been all over the place. Honestly, I just haven't been listening to music lately. And I think that's contributing to my overall mood, and I would like to listen to more music. The only thing I've been doing lately is Spotify has these playlists called like chill beats or cool beats, chill beats, coffee house beats, things like that. And I just play it on my Sonos like I'm in a fucking Starbucks, and there's just this little rhythm, you know, maybe with some trumpets here and there. Just some piano, just this little like beat rhythm going throughout the house all day long. So it feels like I live and work in like a bougie coffee shop. That's what I've been listening to for music. That's what I've been listening to for music. But dude, we'll talk some death metal. Look, I've seen Cattle Decapitation. I'm a Cattle Decap fan. I'm a big fan of Cattle Decapitation. I have not heard Death Atlas front to back. I feel like that's something I should do. I'll do it, Hoskins. I'll do it. Chip, very gracious of you. With COVID-19, any chance that vaping gets a break? Not a chance. Not a chance in the world. We've already seen it happening. There's CNN even reported this, that, vaping, you're more likely you're more susceptible to coronavirus, to COVID-19 if you smoke or vape. More susceptible if you vape. All right. Let's not buy into all the hysteria, please. Can we not? Casey Hart's Cocktails, please God, do not open a beer over the fridge. No, of course not. Why would I do that? I think you know me well enough, Casey Pickle, that I would not purposefully make a bigger mess in the kitchen than is already in existence. So now we're going to talk about a few things that I've been vaping. So first things first, this is just from that Regulated Mods video. It's that V-Zone E-Mask. I've kind of rediscovered my love of this weird little regulated mod that I've never heard anything else from V-Zone. It's kind of just a whatever mod, and the side lights up, and I really, really like it. It's topped with the Horizon Tech Falcon 2 tank, just because I love setting stuff up. I saw Falcon 2, and I thought, nope, we're going to fill that up and vape it. Filled up with Prickly Smooth Maine Vape Co. Delicious. I mean, that's a fantastic vape. Still hanging in there hard with the clutch. This is a hard mod to not vape. I just want to grab it constantly. I see it. I want to vape it. It's filled up with a Red Vines flavor. Company called Confection. They have Original Red. It is like a strawberry licorice, like Red Vines-y kind of flavor. I was feeling nostalgic and I really wanted to have this flavor again. I've discovered that I like this flavor for about 5 to 6 solid minutes of vaping, and then I hate everything about it. I literally hate everything about it after that long. See, right now, delicious. Tasting like Red Vines. Still good. Still tasting like Red Vines. If I go any further than that, kind of gets to the point where I'm just like, I don't want to vape this anymore. I don't want to vape that. That's a liquid that is like every once in a while, very randomly, maybe a few toots here and there, and that's about it. Vaporesso Gen. That's a leftover from that Regulated Mod video. Really just love this Regulated Mod. Gear RTA on top. It's still loaded up with that Not the Real Gerard Butler liquid from last week. Inception Berry Ice Cream. Berry Ice Cream. Doesn't sound very adulty to me. Or does it? I don't know. It's delicious. It's berries. It's ice cream. It's culotta. It's cooling. It's creamy. It's good. It's just awesome. And I've really been liking the Gear RTA again. Second to lastly, but certainly not leastly, this is dedicated to Mark. Warlock's Hammer. This is my Grimm Army Guar. Warlock's Hammer from Mark. I just love the crap out of it. Rest in peace, Mark. I cherish this every day. Topped with an original recipe, special edition recoil on there. DHD Macron. Drip tip. Smacks. Secret Crush on the inside. Yeah, it's good. Lemonade. I'm trying to force summer to happen. All it is raining in Southern California. So I'm trying to like vape lemonade and drink Miller High Life and like, hey, summer, here we go. Come on, summer. Come on over to this side of the country. I need you. Lastly, I don't know the name of this mod. I'll never learn the name of this mod. It's a Stan Tenacious TX Vapes mod. It's Unicorn Vapes. It's a mech mod. Mine's blue. It's got a blue DHD tip. This is the Ocula. This is still a leftover from the last, not the last, but one of the last liquid tastings where we did the Burst Bacco Bold. And I've still been vaping the Burst Bacco Bold. This bottle is, what's that, about halfway done there? Still vaping the Burst Bacco Bold like crazy, even though the vapor stinks like you can't imagine. And that was really just more of a warning video. I actually recommend this juice. I think it's great. But whoever you're vaping it around will dislike you greatly. I saw Jay Hayes here. Jay Hayes, you're here. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming out. It tastes so good in your mouth. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. I'm actually going to keep this one up here because I kind of want to keep vaping that. And then lastly, I have a Cocoa. It's just my pod. This is my pod that I like to use. It's mouth to lung. It's 6. I don't know. You guys know what a Cocoa looks like. It's 6 milligram VGod Cubano on the inside. Another tobacco flavor. Maybe I've just been on a tobacco flavor kick lately. I don't know what it is. Yo, Breeze Tones. Welcome. Welcome, you crazy son of a bitch. Welcome, Breeze Tones. So yeah, that's really more or less what I've been vaping. Looks like there's a few more super chats, so let's roll the super chat bumper before we get into the next segment. Ooh, the whole bumper. Let's do the whole bumper this time. The lag on this stream is incredible. It's like 30 solid seconds of lag on this stream before you guys hear what I just said. That's not going to get to you for like a minute. Aaron, Southern Comfort. Oh, Southern Comfort. I get you there. Drink through the sediment like a man. All right. I don't want to just chug this, but I will drink through the sediment like a man, and I'll prove it to you. Not the real Gerard Butler. Hell yeah. Inception on ice. I love that liquid. Dude, it is legit. It's very legit. Thank you for sending it my way. I haven't had like a nice mentholated, like menthol cooling liquid in a really long time. And this berry ice cream, it's cool. I love it. I love the crap out of it. I'm loving it. Loving it. Not the real Gerard Butler. Loving it. Sean, any updates on Namber Juice? No, none. There's no updates on Namber Juice. There's never going to be any more updates on Namber Juice. It's just not going to happen unless me and Wayne can get together and recreate recipes and release them as recipes. That's the only option for Namber Juice, and it bums me out. I just don't like talking about it, so there's no more updates. There's probably not ever going to be updates. It's just done. It's just done and gone and buried and underground. 6 feet under. 6, maybe 7, maybe 8. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows how deep I buried it? Could be even deeper than that. And you can't prove me wrong. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I've got super chats out of the way. Let's do some mail. It's just 2 packages. But you know what? Let's open them. It's okay. Crisis averted. It's no big deal. It's whatever. This is still a vanilla-scented garbage bag, I believe. Oh, here, let me do the J Hayes chat. J Hayes, you're breaking the super chat rules. That's okay. I'll let you do that over here. You're a little bit above the law over here, and that's okay. I accept that. J Hayes, first of all, very gracious of you, my man. Very gracious of you. Always, brother. Nothing but love, my man. Stay gray and grim. Nice talk the other day, you sex freak. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I will stay gray. I'm just owning it now, J Hayes. Fucking owning it. Own it. Own it. Own it. Just staying gray. Appreciate you, J Hayes. Hope you're doing good, my man. So now, and yes, Thomas Crow, happy freaking birthday. Happy freaking birthday, Thomas Crow. Damn it, man. That's great. I love that it's your birthday today. Yesterday was Ruby Roo's birthday. Today's your birthday, and your birthday is on Thursday on a vlog day. And you were my first patron ever. How am I gonna not happy birthday you? The answer is I am. I am going to happy birthday you. So, I believe this one is liquid. We'll see what's in here. Could be liquid. Might be the strongest priority mailbox on the history of Earth. Oh. I believe it's liquid. I'm going to go ahead and just call it right now. This is definitely liquid. Cut towards your buddy, not towards your body. I think this is liquid. This definitely looks like some sort of liquid. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. Why is there a... Oh, no. This is a mod, you guys. Holy shit. Okay, wait till you guys see this. This is amazing. I am really glad this package arrived today, just now. Because, so this is from High Def... I think it's High Def Mods. It just says Def Liquids. St. Charles MO. Just says Def Liquids. But I thought, yeah, this is a mod. Okay. Holy crap. Holy crap on a crutch. I think this is I really need to do a little bit of research right now. I think it's High Def Mods. Nope. High Def Mods. Def E-Liquid. High Def. I want to say that it's High Def Mods. I don't know why I just keep repeating myself over and over again, but I think it's High Def Mods. I think it's High Def Mods that made this, and you guys need to see this because it is kind of bananas. BANANAS. Holy shit. It's just internal huge lipo. So this is officially, this might be bigger than the 44. Does anybody remember the 44? I know Ruby remembers the 44 for sure. What's up, Dave? Dash Vapes is here. Thank you for coming, Dash Vapes, even if it's just for a little bit. Okay, first of all, look at the size of this thing. It's got all sorts of crazy apocalyptic end of the world. You know, you got a goat, you got like satanic symbols. There's a Grimm army kind of hidden in here. Big goat, giant burning pentagram on the back. Another pentagram here. It's just apocalyptic end of the world goats and Satan. Like, look, there's a demon like in this thing. It truly and honestly just looks like a 90s death metal album cover, like an early 90s death metal album cover. And it's all super high resolution, high detailed, big door on the back. There's a lipo on the inside as well. I don't know the specs of this device. Yeah, Def Mods. DEF-mods. Why can't I find that? Why can't I find that? Yeah, Def-mods. No, you got a Def-mods. Yeah, Def Mods. Def-mods. All devices glow in the dark? What? So they do wraps, they do full color devices, accessories. It looks like they have some stabwood devices as well. Oh yeah, they do. I've seen these boxes before. I've seen these boxes on Instagram before. But yeah, this is a lipo, def mods. I think that's a DNA 200 or 250C in there. This is just a beast. That's just what it's called. This is the beast. This is the mod of the beast. There's just no other way to put it. It looks like the end of the world. It looks like a death metal album cover. I'm going to put this, okay. I want to put this Ocula on it. Okay. Well, I'm not going to sit and try to fiddle with that. That's just on there forever. Man, what could I put on here? I want to put something fun on here. I don't want to dethrone the clutch. Damn it, man. All right, well, let's do the very random liquid tasting with it then. Let's do that. We'll do the very random liquid tasting with this when the time comes. And look how goofy Mike's little atomizer is going to look on this freaking monster of a mod. That is ridiculous. Look at that tiny little RDA. This thing is crazy. Oh, Jesus definitely listens to death metal. 100%. I was in a Christian death metal band. We sounded like the devil and we sang about the Christ. Look how tiny that atomizer is on there. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Let's see. All right. Nope, not 110 watts. We're going to adjust this way down. How about there? Okay, let's leave it there. We're going to come back to this high def mods at the very random liquid tasting. Shit, we might even run the, could run the retro vaping on it. If the retro vaping was an actual retro vaping and not like a more recent product, it's cool. We'll get there when we get there. I do have another package. This is from a patron. This is from Anthony. Amphany. And I don't know what it is. Oh, but there's a note, and I tore it in half. I just tore the edge off. Well, that's okay. I think I can make out what the rest of the letter was going to say. That's fine. This just says, oh, maybe I tore it and it's a secret code. Is this like, wait, is this Nicolas Cage? Are we stealing Declaration of Independence? D, AVE, A, the I've, Av, A, D, T, T-A, the. We're going to steal the Declaration of Independence. I'll just read the actual note. Let me put this together. I know your show is mostly about vape stuff, and I have been fighting for vape and doing advocacy for a few years. I know that a lot of vape shops are adding CBD products to offset slower sales. I have recently decided to go for work for a CBD candy company called Caviar. We make CBD candy, and it is the best tasting in the industry. I included some samples for you to try. I respect your opinion, so give it to me straight. We have over 20 different varieties available, and we come out with new flavors all the time. I know vapors love their flavors. Please check out the website at txcandycaviar.com. Use the code SHEDTIME for 10% off. Much love, Anthony. Well, damn it, Mr. Anthony. How am I going to say no to CBD candy? I can't have sugar. You know that, right? I'm just kidding. All flavors are THC free. There you go. Caviar. Candy, huh? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, let's see. It's gummy things. Let's have let's just indulge my sweet tooth a little bit. Let's just have some caviar. Look, the packaging is honestly pretty dope. I mean, that's kind of dope. And, you know, this is kind of something that Ruby and I had touched on in a Culture of Clouds podcast a while ago, talking about like the vape industry. I mean, I talked about this on YouTube, the vape industry, the cannabis industry. It's kind of going all together and kind of just becoming a big thing. And it's mostly just out of necessity, I think, like Anthony had said. There's lots of shops that are supplementing their lack of vape sales, you know, in order to even stay open, stay a business. They're just supplementing what they're selling. And a lot of them are bringing in CBD. Unfortunately, I think CBD, no, we're not going to talk about Superbloke just yet there, Dwayne. And I don't have any tights. So there you go. CBD is going to be pretty heavily scrutinized as well regulatorily very soon. I don't know if a lot of people are going to get away with just having like these CBD startups where they are, they sell candy or they sell tinctures or they sell vapes or something like this. CBD, like nicotine, is going to get scrutinized and regulated by the federal government. The FDA has already said that there's a lot of stuff you just can't do. You can't just throw CBD on stuff and guess there has to be percentages, and it has to be, they're going to have tight regulations on CBD. They're going to have tight regulations on CBD. That's delicious. I mean, that just tastes like a piece of candy. And I like everything about it. I do like that you have the Canna Verify, QR codes on there. Just going to enjoy a CBD candy. Well, there you go. I appreciate that, Anthony. Look, I'm never going to say no to CBD stuff. I'm an avid cannabis CBD user. I also just want to clarify that anybody that jumped in on my Instagram stream the other day was not smoking cigarettes. I just want to make that perfectly clear. Some people in the chat were saying, "Oh, is Grimm smoking cigarettes?" Some guy was convinced. "Oh, that's how it works. I didn't know that reviewers smoke cigarettes too." I don't. I haven't in 10 years. I'm not smoking a cigarette. Just want to clarify that. Just want to clarify that just a little bit. It's almost time to drink through the sediment like a man. The sediment actually tastes good. Okay, one more time. What was that? txcandycaviar.com. Use the code SHEDTIME for 10% off. txcandycaviar.com. Use the code SHEDTIME. 10% off. Get yourself some CBD candies if you want to. Or not. You don't have to. CBD is not for everybody. Cannabis isn't for everybody, and that's fine. So what I want to do right now... what time is it? 5:10? Let's do news and advocacy. Let's do news. You ready for news? You ready to get serious? You ready to buckle down? We got fun stuff for later as well. We got retro vaping. We got liquid tasting. We're going to do getting to know GrimmGreen. But we do have news. It's serious time. Arms are going to be crossed. News. News and advocacy, yeah. I kind of miss that. I kind of miss that little bumper that I used to do. I sang that myself, that's crazy. So here's where we're at right now, you guys. PMTA are still definitely coming. Still definitely coming. May 12th, 2020. That's when PMTAs are due. That's when they got to be in. They won't be accepted for a while, but that's when they have to be in is May 12th, 2020. But the date wasn't always May 12th, 2020. The first thing that Scott Gottlieb, I'm sure we remember our old friend Scott, the first thing Scott Gottlieb did when he got to the Food and Drug Administration, when he was commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration, was remember, low nicotine cigarettes. Thank you, Anthony. I really appreciate that. Low nicotine cigarettes, that was top priority. Top priority was low nicotine cigarettes. In the midst of Juul dropping and being released and all of these people switching to Juuls, no. Scott looked at that and he said, no, we must do low nicotine cigarettes first. So we did he started whatever the process of low nicotine cigarettes. And then another thing that he did right around that same time was extend the FDA deadline. This wasn't supposed to be happening for another 2 years. The PMTAs weren't supposed to be out, weren't supposed to be implemented for another 2 years till 2022. That's one of the things that Scott did. Pushed it out. All the vapors were like, wow, crazy. Well, thanks, Scott Gottlieb. He gave us a little bit of a stay of execution. 2 more years, few more years, because this was in 2017 that he said this. Open your airflow. Oh my God, open your airflow. I had my airflow closed off because I was trying to unscrew it. And I just took a big hit with no airflow. Yeah, that's how I like to vape, 24 milligram menthol, no airflow, stacked. But then a judge came along and moved the PMTA date up 2 years to May 12th, 2020. And that's kind of where we are now. As it stands, there's still no real guidance, final guidance from the FDA regarding PMTAs. They are coming, and I've said this before, and I want to just augment it a little bit. What I think is going to happen is I think May 12th, 2020 is just going to come and pass, and then everything that doesn't have a PMTA in is going to be black market. Any finished tobacco product that has a PMTA in is going to be black market. I don't believe, and I'm not... I was talking to Kevin from VP Live about this recently, which, by the way, Kevin, I appreciate you reaching out to me, man. I'm not sure if you watch the vlog anymore, but I appreciate you reaching out to me. That was really cool of you. There are a lot of companies doing PMTAs. Lots, I mean, more than we realize, I think. Lots of companies are going for a PMTA, and all that their application has to do is get accepted, and then you can stay on the market during the review process. So I don't want anybody to think that when May 12th, 2020 comes, that the entire vaping industry is going to be gone. It's not. There's a lot of companies doing a PMTA, but really the PMTA is for what they call a finished tobacco product. I don't believe that my recoil RDA falls under a finished tobacco product. I don't think Ruby and Josh's Aspen Modco Monarchs fall under a finished tobacco product. I don't think Stan and Unicorn Vapes Tube Mech Mod, whatever this thing is called, I don't think this falls under a finished tobacco product. An RDA is not going to require a PMTA. What a PMTA is for, I believe, is liquids, anything containing nicotine, liquids, and like pre-filled pods or all-in-one pre-filled pods like puff bars or disposables or things like that. That's what the PMTA is for. That's what the PMTA is for. I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Over the years, that's the understanding that I've come to through my various dealings with people and talkings with people in the industry. I don't believe an empty RDA is a finished tobacco product. I just don't think it is. So that's not going to need a PMTA. So good, there you go. I appreciate that, Scott Jenkins. Yeah, if you're here, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and like this video, smash that like button, and I would really appreciate it. You can watch me smile with everybody smashing it right now. Yeah, thanks. Does the FDA disagree? Is the FDA considering a tube a finished tobacco product? Like this tube with no atomizer and no battery, the FDA is considering that a finished tobacco product. That's insane. That's insanity. Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to tune in tonight to see if you guys are going to talk about it, but it's an interesting conversation to bring up. I do need some clarification on it. I think we all need some clarification on it. That's what I have understood up until this point. In most of my dealings, everybody I've talked to, finished tobacco products is nicotine. Anything that contains nicotine. Liquids, pods, nicotine things. This is certainly not a finished tobacco product. I don't even think the Caliburn is a finished tobacco product because it doesn't come with liquid in it. Maybe my understanding of a finished tobacco product is wrong. I'll reevaluate what a finished tobacco product is. But I think May 12th, 2020 is going to happen and come. And like I said, a lot of it's going to be black market, but there are a lot of companies going for PMTAs. Lots of companies are going for PMTAs. There is something that's going on as well, and this is really for smaller companies. So there's one thing, I'm going to try to get this picture to show you. I'm just going to try to do this. Nope, I can't use it there. I can't use it there. We're going to have to do it again. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second. I should have done this beforehand, but I'm not a good YouTuber. Established. Very well established. This shot from Facebook. Yep, there we go. This one. Chip Anderson. On the Facebook group, Fight to Survive, Small Vapor Businesses, and the FDA. He posted, all the manufacturers in here, please put in X1. There is a group working on a crowdsourced PMTA process. Crowdsourced PMTA process. And this is one of those things that has been getting discussed. Has been getting discussed since the beginning of the PMTAs. Ever since the PMTAs were supposed to happen a lot of times, but they always got moved and changed. And nope, now it's not here. Now it's here. Now we're going to change the date here. We're going to change the date here. Ever since the beginning, when we first heard and learned about the PMTA and what it's going to require and the cost, involved in it, there was discussion. There was always discussion of groups doing it together, crowdsourcing PMTAs. Maybe we can go through this together. Maybe we can get some people all on the same page. Maybe all these vape companies could cooperate together to kind of get through a PMTA. It's always been discussed, but I've never seen it really put out there in any sort of official capacity. Not saying that Facebook is like a official capacity thing. Happy birthday, Mike Vapes. La 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 la. It's a custom birthday song I literally just wrote for you, Mike. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. So that's a thing. If you're a small business and you're thinking we can't do a PMTA, but we might be able to do a PMTA if it was like a crowdsourced thing. Maybe we can keep the costs down a little bit. Maybe we could actually stay on the market. If you're on Facebook, there's a group, Fight to Survive, Small Vapor Businesses and the FDA. And this was recently just posted in there not too long ago. Another option that I feel like I need to talk about, although I don't think it's the ultimate best way to go. Does anybody remember AvailVapor? We remember AvailVapor? Avail has been around in the vape industry for what seems like forever. I remember seeing Avail at vape shows, vape events. Avail was always there. I knew the people from Avail at that time. Avail got purchased, not outright, but in part by some tobacco company. TMA? I can't remember. Some tobacco company. So they're partly owned by a tobacco company. But what AvailVapor is doing is basically kind of brokering PMTA deals. Kind of. So I'm not going to read this whole thing, and I can't possibly sit here and read this whole thing, but I'm going to put a link in the chat right now, and there'll be a link down in the description as well. But one of the things that AvailVapor is doing is basically helping smaller businesses through the PMTA process, but they're doing it in such a way that they would own some of your company's IP afterwards. That's kind of part of the deal. Obviously, Avail's going to do this to their benefit, right? They're not just going to be some benevolent company and say, we are AvailVapor at no cost to you. We're going to help small businesses go through a PMTA. We're going to help small businesses go through a PMTA. I believe the way that this works, if I'm reading it correctly, is that your business would become part of AvailVapor, at least in some capacity. The majority of your business would become part of AvailVapor, and you would be more or less getting your products through the PMTA using AvailVapor. Because AvailVapor is partly owned by a large tobacco company, they have, some regulatory knowledge. They know how the PMTAs work. They know how the government works. They know how these regulations work, what you need to do when, where you need to get your shit when you need to pay the thing when, fill out the thing and do the thing when, how many times, how often. So AvailVapor are basically saying, look, we're regulatory experts in this. We can get your company through this PMTA, but it's going to have to benefit AvailVapor as well. So they're going to own part of it. And look, I'm not saying that this is like the best business practice possible. Feels a little bit weird to me that they would own part of your business, but you would get through a PMTA. You could still have your products on the market going through this AvailVapor route. It's just really bizarre. It's just really bizarre. Let me read this statement from AvailVapor. When an e-liquid company signs on with us for contract manufacturing, we are able to assure them that roughly 40% of the PMTA process is already complete based on the work we've done to develop our manufacturing and quality systems. Said Dr. Vince Angelico, wow, that's his real name, Director of Regulatory Affairs at Avail. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Because, okay, I'm going to get to, let me do that 1 second. Let me get on the wrong second. Yeah, okay, I got too many things coming at me right now. So you basically, your liquid company, so who could do this? Rescued. You want Rescued, you want to stay on the market post-August or, post-May 2020? Avail will do your contract manufacturing for you and get you through to a PMTA. We can provide a turnkey solution to meet their needs with a science-driven approach to testing for harmful and potentially harmful constituents, demonstrating good manufacturing practices, as well as additional analytical lab testing critical to the PMTA process. This provides a cost-effective path for e-liquid brand holders who are committed to remaining on the market and may otherwise have to exit in May 2020. So I'm just putting this out there. I thought it was really interesting. Avail is offering contract manufacturing, and if you contract manufacture with Avail, 40% of your PMTA is basically already done because of all of the groundwork they laid. And that does actually make a lot of sense because what's the difference in e-liquids? PG-VG ratio, maybe. PG-VG nicotine, maybe. The biggest wild card is the e-liquid flavorings themselves. So if you've done your homework and you've laid all the groundwork for maybe all of your bases to get PMTA, then it's just a matter of tweaking it specifically for different vendors with their particular recipes and flavorings to finish off the rest of the 60% of the PMTA. They say it's a cost-effective way to do it. I feel like they're going to take a little bit more from you because there's a lot of desperate vape companies out there right now. And I think there's a lot of desperate vape companies that are willing to just not read the fine print and go, Avail's going to save us. Let's go manufacture with Avail. We might be able to stay on the market. We have a better shot with Avail than we have anywhere else. And then when it's all said and done, Avail's going to be like, oh, by the way, you're not going to make as much money as you thought you were from all of these products because we're going to be taking our little chunk of change for the big favor we basically just gave you. It's just interesting. It's just an interesting thing that I thought I'd put out there. I'll put that link in the description of this video as well as in the chat, which it's already there. So now, Danielle, what did you text me? Yep. Okay. So this is the PMTA ends. What did she have to say? Because ENDS products fall within the definition of a tobacco product under Section 201RR of the FDA, of the FD&C, that's I don't remember, Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, and are not accessories of deemed products. The tobacco product authorities, including the PMTA authorities, apply to ENDS products. ENDS include the components and parts of ENDS products, but not their related accessories. That's still clear as mud. Still clear as mud. Just very clear as mud. And yeah, apparently my vlog has the wrong description and the wrong date. It shouldn't. It shouldn't, but it does, and I'm blaming YouTube. I'm 8,000% blaming YouTube for that. Maybe 9,000% blaming YouTube like that. Let me do a couple more. Let me touch on a couple more things here for news and advocacy. Superbloke. Let's take a pause here from regulatoriness and just mention Superbloke real quick. So, our friend. Our friend, staple of the vaping community for years and years and years, Rip Trippers. I've watched Rip Trippers videos. We've all watched Rip Trippers videos. If you said you haven't watched a Rip Trippers video, I feel like you're not telling the truth because We've all watched Rip Trippers videos. You never got anything? You never had a question? You're like, what's this? I need to Google it. Well, real Rip Trippers knows. How to make a framed staple? Well, Rip Trippers doesn't know that. Rip Trippers, he's been around forever. His career, his livelihood, his living is made from YouTube. Much like me, my living is made from YouTube. His living is made from YouTube. So in the face of overwhelming negativity, burdensome regulations, constant attacks, negative press everywhere, the vaping industry is seeing some tough times, and it's affecting literally every corner of it. Distros are hurting, shops are hurting, reviewers are hurting, everybody's hurting. That's just the way this is going right now. I think it's going to get better, but I also think it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets any better. And so what Rip has done is he started a new YouTube channel. It's called Superbloke. He dresses up in spandex and a muscly suit. He's making content for kids. He's literally just making content for kids. It's awesome. Leave Rip Trippers the fuck alone. He is that guy. He just wants to entertain. He's a family man. He probably thought, I could just make videos for my kids, because that's the kind of guy he is. He's got a bunch of kids. He's that family man type of guy. And I'm sure that he's having way more fun doing goofy ass children's videos as Superbloke. And that's just what he's going to do. And that's his choice. Leave him alone. Let him do Superbloke. Who cares? It affects you zero. He still does a lot of vape videos. I mean, whenever there's products available, he said, I'm still going to do a bunch of vape videos, but I'm going to branch off and do some other stuff. And look, I watched Superbloke's car washing for kids, and that was awesome. I watched Rip Trippers squirt chocolate syrup all over a Jeep G-Wagon, a white G-Wagon, chocolate syrup all over it. And he's just acting goofy, and he's just being Rip Tripper. He's being the same dude he's always been. He looks at it and he comes up to the camera. He's like, looks like a zebra. And I'm like, that's Rip. That's the little bit of that Southern charm that we all kind of fell in love with a little bit. Rip's going to do Superbloke. And that's just what he wants to do. And other people are doing other things, you know? Other vapors are creating new YouTubes and doing whatever. And you don't just have vaping with Twisted 420 anymore. Now you got chilling with Vaping Twisted 420. You want to watch vape stuff, or do you want to watch other stuff? Multiple YouTube channels. People are just hedging their bets, and they're doing, everybody needs income. Everybody needs to make money. I'm doing okay right now. So I see no reason to jump ship or do anything other than what I've been doing. I want to continue to cultivate the vape community. I want to continue to fight for our rights to vape. And that's just me. And that's the path that I chose. I could have just as easily become fucking super green and dressed in green spandex and did videos about recycling and growing plants. And, there's a million ways to be a YouTuber, to do YouTube, to be social media, 1,000 different ways to do it. Whatever I talk about is just always going to be on this YouTube channel. This GrimmGreen. I've been GrimmGreen since the beginning. What you see is what you get. Whatever I'm into, that's what we talk about here. Superbloke. Superbloke. He's a Superbloke. There is something really weird about his YouTube, though. Go look at his YouTube. Go look at the Superbloke YouTube and tell me if you think that there's anything weird about it. You don't think I think there's something weird. All the comments are turned off on all the videos. There's no comments on any of the videos. They're all turned off. All five of his videos have over 200,000 views, but the man has 0 subscribers. That's just seemed fishy. Just seemed weird. But ultimately, it affects me 0, and I hope Rip Trippers is having fun, and I hope a ton of kids watch his videos and have fun, and I hope his kids watch the videos and they have fun, and they're proud of their dad being Superbloke. I think it's time to leave Rip Trippers alone. Can we finally leave Rip Trippers alone? So this is getting too long. This is getting too long. But the last thing I wanted to mention here while we're on the PMTA train. So yeah, that's Superbloke. It's whatever. Just Superbloke it up. Did you see me drink that sediment? It was very astringent. Kids' videos don't allow comments? Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know the comments were off automatically on kid videos. But it's weird because he has no subscribers, but all of his videos have like 200,000 plus viewers. It's crazy. It's just weird. All comments are turned off on YouTube? What? You're crazy, Harold. That doesn't make much sense. They really turn off all the videos? Michelle Lynn, what Jay Hay said. Oh, now I need to go back up here and read what Jay Hay said. Comments are automatically turned off on kids' videos. Okay. Well, thank you for educating me. I didn't know that. It was just something I noticed. And then I noticed all the views. And then I noticed he doesn't have any subs. And then I kind of went, I mean, that is one way to try to launch a YouTube video, is to buy a fuck ton of views and just hope. Hope that someone clicks on it and goes, whoa, this Superbloke guy has 1.5 billion views. Why am I his 10th subscriber? But it's whatever. So, last thing I wanted to mention real quick here in the news and advocacy segment is FDA sent out warning letters starting enforcement of their new restrictions on flavored cartridges. We remember the flavored... Now, this doesn't have anything to do with the PMTA. This has everything to do with the flavored cartridge ban. There is a flavored cartridge ban. It has started, and the FDA is starting enforcement on that. And what does enforcement look like from the FDA? Well, it looks like letters. They sent out a lot of letters. They sent out letters to manufacturers, and they sent out letters to retailers. The retailers are all boring retailers. All the retailers that they sent letters to are all not vape shops. 7-Eleven, 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 Chevron, Citgo, Conco, Covington Food Mart, Mobile, Pilot Travel Center, Shell, Gas Station, Shell, Sunco, Tiger Mart. The warning letters notify the retailers and manufacturers that selling or distributing electronic nicotine delivery systems, or ENDS, without a marketing authorization order to customers in the United States is prohibited under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. The FDA encourages retailers and distributors to communicate with their suppliers to discuss possible options for the unauthorized products in their inventory. Warning letters. Don't be selling anything illegal now that the flavored vaping pod ban is completely in effect. They sent it to manufacturers as well, and I don't know if these manufacturers... That's the downside of this microphone. Figured it out. I just keep punching it like Eric Vinyl and Vapor. Comes over to my house, starts punching all my microphones. I've accidentally bumped this and punched this and elbowed this like 16 times. Cat-like reflexes. It's okay. I'm going to power through. The following manufacturers received warning letters. And this is, I don't know if these manufacturers were actually manufacturing pre-filled pods or whatever, but that's the only reason I could think that a manufacturer would get a letter from a pod ban from the FDA is if they were actually producing and manufacturing pods, right? I think that's what makes sense to me. The following manufacturers received warning letters: Pro Smoke in Bloomingdale, Illinois, Apollo in Livermore, California. Is that Apollo? Or is this a different Apollo that's a vape company that's also based out of Southern California, out of California? Apollo out of Livermore, California, Global Tobacco out of Dallas, Premium Manufacturing out of Virginia Beach, White Lightning USA out of Jacksonville, Florida, and United Tobacco Vapor Group out of Georgia. I have never heard of any of those unless Apollo is the Apollo. Unless Apollo is Apollo, then I've heard of Apollo. But other than Apollo, I haven't heard of any of these companies. I haven't heard of any of these companies. I've been in this industry 10 years. That doesn't mean I'm aware of, everything that's going on. I haven't heard of any of these companies. I don't know if they were manufacturing pods, like I said, making them, just distroing them, something. But this is what enforcement from the FDA looks like. I imagine we're going to see something very similar come the end of May, maybe right after May 12th, Super Toke, maybe right after May 12th, we might see a lot of letters being sent out to lots and lots of vape vendors. Lots and lots of vape vendors could be getting letters after May 2020. I expect we're going to see this again. This is the beginning of enforcement. This is how they're going to enforce it. You know, we've always wondered, well, they're going to have FDA, you know, police officers go to vape shops and just kick down the door and make sure you're not selling anything flavored. No, they're just going to send you letter after letter after letter after threatening letter after threatening letter after, look, this is, we're going to, you know, you'll get a fine. That's how the FDA enforces. Letters and fines. That's how the FDA enforces. So expect more of that. One last thing. I'm sorry, I wanted to mention it. The PMTA, the FDA lawsuit. Do you remember the FDA lawsuit? The VTA lawsuit, Vapor Technology Association, August 14th, 2019. The VTA and the Vapor Stockroom FDA lawsuit to try to get rid of the PMTAs. The injunction didn't go through, but there is now the most recent news from the FDA lawsuit was that Vapor Stockroom just appealed their decision of the injunction. So this is really not even news. Just know that the lawsuit is still there. It's still going through the process. Vapor Stockroom recently appealed the dismissal of their lawsuit. This has already taken a year to get to this spot. I have a feeling the lawsuit is going to continue to take a long time. And even when the PMTAs happen, that whole process is going to take years and years and years and years. Just years of years. Years and years of years. It's going to take all of it. The government moves at a snail's pace. This lawsuit is moving at a snail's pace, but there was some updates on it. A big, exciting update that the Vapor Stockroom appealed the dismissal. That's of February 15th, 2020. So lawsuit still there. You know, why not use all of the weapons in our arsenal? Why not use all the weapons in our arsenal? That's what I always say. As I said, I'll be putting links to everything I talked about in this news and advocacy segment down in the description below. But what I want to do right now is wrap up this news and advocacy segment. Whoops. Well, I got a little bit ahead of myself there, didn't I? Super chat first. Yeah, okay, that's all you get. I don't need to do the whole bumper every time, right? I don't feel like I need to do the whole bumper every time. It's just something I don't feel the need to do. That's right, Jay Hayes. That's where I left off. Appreciate you, my man. For British Eyes Only, Innovape e-liquids TNT tobacco. Thank you. I will try it. Innovape liquids TNT tobacco. You might have to remind me of that again at some point, British Eyes. The next patron stream, just remind me of that. Tyler Axel Rose, very gracious of you. Been a minute since I got to catch the show, but did you ever use the mod I gave you at NVE last year? I think I missed it. Yes. You're making me think back real far, farther than I'm used to thinking back. Remind me what mod you gave me, and I will find it, and I will make sure that I use it, or that you know that I've used it, or that you have seen me use it. I just want to make sure that that's a thing. Chinese Jimmy, fist bump to you. That's right. Get the fist pump. Jake, very gracious of you. Just joined the Patreon. Woo! Welcome, Jake. Damn it, that's cool. Yo-yo, welcome to you. We just had an orange numbering, an orange, guess the amount of oranges contest. It's good time. We have good times over there. Stan, very gracious of you, my buddy. Want to hear your opinion on the effect of coronavirus and the rally May 2nd. Here's the thing. The coronavirus is going to affect the rally on May 2nd. There's literally just no way around it. Literally just no way around it. I'm going to try to book some tickets soon to Washington, D.C. so I can attend the rally with the very real reality that I could possibly cancel this. The Trump administration has already stopped all international travel. I don't know if he would stop domestic travel. I doubt it, but you never know. Look, Beecher's flying home from Indonesia. People are flying all over the place. Ruby Roo's flying to Arizona. People are flying. So I'm not terribly terrified of Corona and flying to Washington, D.C. I just think that Corona as a whole, as it's being portrayed in the media, is going to get in the way of that process. I think that's going to get in the way of that process. It's Jay Hayes' birthday? Okay. Ah, shit. Give me a heart attack. I thought it was Jay Hayes' birthday. I was ready to sing happy birthday to you, Jay Hayes. You wouldn't even know what to do. You'd be so impressed. I think it's going to have an effect on the rally, unfortunately. Not because I think we're going to get sick or people are going to get sick or whatever. It's just that it's a thing, that it's become this like media blitzy thing. I think that's going to affect it. And domestic travel prices are through the fucking roof right now. Through the roof. I booked a flight to Ohio that I ended up canceling. I booked a flight to Ohio. I flew out from LAX to Ohio, one layover to Ohio, round trip, $1,000. That's insane. The whole time I'm booking this flight, I'm thinking, aren't flight prices supposed to be cheaper right now because everybody's not leaving because it's coronavirus? No, they're more expensive because of the international travel ban. So airlines are jacking up their prices on domestic trips to make up that difference. It's going to affect the rally, unfortunately, and I don't think there's just any way around it. Rescued, very gracious of you. Will you be in British Eye's Men of Vaping calendar? Look, only if I can go full nude. That's it. If I can't, then no. I don't want you to censor me creatively. It has to be full nude. Yeah, sure, I'll appear in it. Bradley, very gracious of you. Not that you care, but it's been a shitty week for me, Grimm. Look, hey, shut up. I do care. But seriously, your vlogs are one of the few things I look forward to in the week, and it's incredible how much better I feel. Bradley, damn it, man, that's all I've ever wanted. Just watch the vlog and feel better, my man. I'm always happy to have you here. Oh, welcome. Gates open. Come on in. Tenacious, again, British Eyes, March, damn it. March? British Eyes, March, damn it. Grant, very gracious of you. Hey, Nick, sorry I'm late. I have a favor to ask. I'm getting into metal, such as In Flames. What would you recommend? Freaking everything. Listen to In Flames. If you're into In Flames, check out Soil Work. That can be your next one. Soil Work. Check out Soil Work. I think you'd be into them. AvailVapor, purchased by Philip Morris. Is it 100% outright owned by Philip Morris, by PMI? I didn't think it was PMI, and I thought it was a lower percentage. I'm going to re-look into that, Jeannie, but I think you might be more right than I am. I'm not 100% sure on that. Stan, another one. I move to rip British Eyes of his moderator status for irresponsible men of vaping scheduling. That is a pretty big accusation there, Stan. I'm going to have to take this to the High Council, and we'll come back with a verdict in 1 fortnight. John, very gracious of you. Yo, peeps, am I late? You're never late, John. If you're here, you're never late. This PMTA nonsense has me concerned, so I've been buying many addies and much gear as possible, at least 2 to 3 new items per month. I might have a problem. Picked up the Kali V2 based off your review. Well, I appreciate that, Randy. Yeah, that's a great RDA. And, I mean, come on. 2 to 3 items per month because you're scared of the PMTA. I think that Randy just wants an excuse to buy shiny new vape gear. You know? I think everybody in this chat is always just one excuse away from buying some shiny vape gear, and I think that's what's going on with Randy. He's like, oh, PMTAs are coming. I better stock up on some new mech mods. Better get that new blue-eyed goon RDA. Towley, very gracious of you, laughed too hard at the frame staple comment. Yeah. That's okay. Look, that's how Rip really got to his rise in popularity was all based on his build videos. He did a bunch of like weird build videos. It was like Twisted Wire, and all the, the originals, the original Clapton, the Fused Clapton, stuff like that. Go back and watch Grip Tripper's old Clapton video. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, we discussed COVID 2020, COVID 2000. What? We discussed that earlier. Here's where I land on COVID 2020. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Stay away from people unless you need to be near people. Just wash your hands and don't touch your face. Be like Dr. Drew. I posted a video of Dr. Drew on my Facebook. Be more like Dr. Drew. Be a little bit rational. Yeah. It's a virus. It's like the flu. There's tons of information out there. There's official information out there. Stop listening to the media. Stop panicking. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. That's where I'm landing on coronavirus, COVID 2020, whatever they're calling it. That's where I'm landing. So we're going to get right back to those super chats, but I don't want to. I'm going to have to time this right. There might not be a retro vaping. There might not be a retro vaping. There might not be a retro vaping, and that's okay with me. Liquid. Yeah, using this tonight. Mike, look at your tiny little RDA up there. Look at that little guy. Look at that little recurve RDA. What's up, peeps? So, the liquid that we're tasting tonight, you guys, awesome. I mean, I don't know if it's awesome. I'm just hoping it's awesome. I didn't actually know I had this. I saw it, and I thought it was another bottle of a liquid, but it's not. It's from the same company, but it's a completely different flavor. So we all remember Burst Bacco Bold, the liquid that is pure evil, Burst Bacco Bold. But what you know about Burst Bacco Nuts? Yeah, you're reading that correctly. That's Burst Bacco Nuts. Burst Bacco Nuts. So I'm assuming that this is going to be a tobacco flavor from the same company, Burst. They did the Burst Bacco Bold, the Burst Bacco Nuts, and they have another Burst Bacco as well that I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but this is Burst Bacco Nuts. Nuts, not Nutz. This is, I can't believe this is called Burst Bacco Nuts. Burst Bacco Nuts. Cool. So we're going to taste it. We're going to do two things. We're going to taste it. We're going to evaluate it. And then we're going to evaluate the vapor as well. In fact, maybe we'll get a third party nose to smell the vapor, as it were. So let's do a little bit of a knuckle test here. What? That tastes incredible. Let me try the Bacco Bold. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a completely different liquid. I might like this more. Burst Bacco Nuts. All right. So, the high def mods, this is whatever. What did we call this? The Soul Keeper. This had a name. We named it, and now I've already forgotten it. What the hell is the matter with me? I don't remember. Someone has to remind me. Topped with the Mike Vapes Recurve RDA Burst Bacco Bold. Just gonna drip this. Just gonna drip this in here. We'll test. We'll testy test. Error. Press up. Yes. All right. It's happening. This, let me tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like, imagine that you took a handful of Honey Nut Cheerios, right? No, the Burst the nuts burst tobacco. Imagine you took a handful of Honey Nut Cheerios and then you put them in a bowl, like a quarter cup of Honey Nut Cheerios, and you put them in a bowl, right? And then you took some Kahlua and just kind of poured it on top and then mashed it all into a paste and then took that paste and ate it. That's the sensation that I'm getting from this liquid right now. I haven't vaped it yet. That's strictly based on a knuckle test. Strictly based on a knuckle test. Is this one going to smell like armpit hair and morning breath? I don't know, Vape Level Midnight. Maybe. High probability, you know? I don't know. This is a 0.22 in here. Like, wait, how do I recheck my... Interesting. Okay, so it's a 0.22 single coil in here. I'm going to set this to... Let's turn the wattage down a little bit. Let's just turn this to 50 watts so it's not over the top. I don't want to be blowing my face off. Burst Tobacco Nuts. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that thing that I always do every random liquid tasting. I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to vape it for just a second. I'll come back. We'll collect our thoughts. So the first thing I'm going to do, don't be alarmed, it's going to be this. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what this tastes like. I know it's delicious. I'm sorry for yelling. It's delicious. I'm glad I tasted the Burst Tobacco Bold first, because this, as much as I like Burst Tobacco Bold, this knocks Burst Tobacco Bold's head out of the water. That's not even a saying, but it did it. It knocked its head out of the water. It's a much more rich tobacco. It's a sweeter tobacco. It doesn't have that honey component to it. What it has is, I don't mean this in a negative way. It's going to sound negative, but I don't mean it in a negative way. It's got a little bit of like a caramel popcorn kind of flavor going on. This is very much, I believe, Burst Tobacco Nuts is their like RY4-ish. I was expecting something nuttier, because back in the day, here's a story with Grandpa Grimm. Here's how I earned my gray hair. Oh, back in 2009, what was that, 2009? Ruyan. They made a liquid out of China called 555. And it was the craziest, most intense, nutty flavor that was just, get your head out of the gutter. Nuts in your mouth. Just nuts constantly in your mouth. It was the nuttiest nut flavor of nuts in your mouth ever. And that's kind of what I was expecting. Not what I got. I got sweet. It tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios, but there's no honey in this because I don't get that smell from it. It's a rich tobacco. It's a sweet, rich, caramely popcorn tobacco. That's how I would describe it. This is great. Yeah, exactly, Scott. If you're craving tobacco, this is great. This mod is great. It's big to hold. I just want to, this isn't going to be a travel mod. This is going to be a never leaves the desk mod. This could be a driving in the car mod. I mean, this probably has a gigantic battery in it. I don't know much about this mod. I'm going to do some more research, obviously, before I throw it up on YouTube or anything like that. Huge clicky button DNA 250C, plenty of power. I love that smooth evolved signal. It just tastes so delicious. Burst Tobacco Nuts is way better than Burst Tobacco Bold, and it doesn't seem to suffer from any sort of terrible aromas. Does anybody remember 555? Anybody remember 555? We used to call it 555 or 555. Nuts. This is awesome. There is that really unique, distinct, popcorny type of flavor. It tastes like the center of a piece of popcorn, not the fluffy bits, but like the crunchy center of a popcorn kernel. Not bad for a fucking single coil. I legitimately love this juice. I don't know Burst. I don't know Burst Tobacco. I don't know who makes this. I've never had any other Burst flavors, but this Burst Tobacco Nuts, huge winner, in my opinion, especially if you're craving a tobacco, craving something sweet and bakery. You don't even have to be craving a tobacco. Even if you're not into tobaccos, I would suggest trying a few tobaccos. Just try them. You never know. I didn't think I would like tobaccos, and then suddenly in 2010, E-Liquid Planet came out with this tobacco that was like, this is it. This is all I ever want to vape. I was vaping that E-Liquid Planet tobacco. I was vaping flue-cured tobacco, this Chinese juice I used to get from the UK, which I know is weird. I was a tobacco guy, and I loved tobaccos. And to this day, I still love a good tobacco, and Burst Tobacco Nuts is honestly one of the best I've had in a while. Damn, that's good. All right, well, Burst Tobacco Nuts, that's where you're going to live. I need a red or orange drip tip for Mike's RDA here, and then that's going to be a setup. Man, I love setting stuff up. Love setting it up. So what I want to do right now, 6:02, we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time to do a Getting to Know GrimmGreen, and we got plenty of time to finish off these super chats, and we got plenty of time to do a favorite comments of the week, and that's what I'm really excited about. Retro vaping, unfortunately this week, will have to take a back seat to the rest of the vlog. Retro vaping is kind of the first segment that always gets bumped, isn't it? It's all right. We're going to rotate. We rotate these segments in and out, you know? It's not always going to be retro vaping. It's not always going to be beer. Maybe we're going to do a beerless vlog next week. You never know. I'm a wild card. I'll mix it up and you won't even know. Me trying to talk tough. All right, let's we did the liquid tasting. Let's do Getting to Know GrimmGreen. Let's just do it. I got it out. Let's just do it. So we've done a few records already here in the Getting to Know GrimmGreen. I think I'm going to start putting together a playlist that is only editable by me. I'm going to put it on Spotify, and it's going to be like 2 tracks from each of these records that I talk about. every Getting to Know GrimmGreen segment, we talk about a different record. I'm going to throw a few tracks on there. It's going to be crazy, weird, wide variety genres of music. Oh shit, I didn't do the super chats. Well, you know what? We're going to power through. We're going to do super chats, then favorite comments of the week. Whoa! See, I told you. Wild card, baby. Wild card. Various genres of music. In Flames on one end of the spectrum, Warren Zevon on the other end of the spectrum, and maybe somewhere in the middle, we're going to meet with this band right here. Anybody in the chat, I'll know this in 30 seconds or so, is anybody in the chat hip to Fu Manchu? Fu Manchu. I'll give you time to respond. I'm guessing there's not going to be a lot of Fu Manchuers, and if you are, then you have excellent taste in music. So this record really reminds me of my buddy, and like I said, every record has a story. There's a reason I own this on vinyl. This record, I'm going to hold it at least upright. Fu Manchu, California Crossing. This was a ladder recording of Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu had been around since like 85, 86. They're a Southern California band. They were part of like the Palm Desert, like stoner rock scene. You know, they incorporate a lot of like fuzzy guitars, fuzzy stonery riffs, some psychedelic stuff kind of mixed in there. He's got a real unique sort of singing voice. And there was this whole scene back in the day that was based in kind of Southern California, Palm Beach, Indio area in California, where it was just all these types of bands. You remember, have you ever heard of like the Laurel Canyon in Los Angeles, where all the singer-songwriters in the 60s kind of lived? Just a musical movement that happened in Laurel Canyon. A similar-ish musical movement happened in the desert of California with this sort of desert rock, that's what they call it, desert rock, stoner rock sort of music. And all these bands would put on shows just out in the middle of the desert. They would have gas-powered generators, and they would just bring their amps and drums out into the middle of the desert and just whatever, smoke weed and play rock and roll music. This particular album, I think, is my favorite Fu Manchu album. They've got a lot of bangers on a lot of different records. I really like King of the Road. I really like The Action Is Go. But I think my favorite Fu Manchu record is California Crossing. And there's two songs on here that are really my favorite tracks. Before we get to that, here's the story of Fu Manchu's California Crossing. This album will eternally and forever remind me of my buddy Mark. My buddy Mark Moots up there in Reno, Nevada. Weight of the Tide. If you want a really dope, heavy band, check out Weight of the Tide. They're incredible. Weight of the Tide, me and Mark and I, we were in the Swamp Donkey together. We played in a band together. Good Lord, it must have been, 8 years together in a band? Kind of similar, stoner, rocky, riffy, fuzzy stuff. And at that time, before I had joined this band, the Swamp Donkey, I was not into any of that nonsense. I had never heard of Fu Manchu. I had never heard of Clutch. I'd never heard of Unita. I'd never heard of, Queens of the Stone Age, Caius. I was a little bit familiar with Caius. Anything that Wino did, anything that John Garcia did, Slow Burn. I didn't know any of this stuff. And when I was joining this band, I knew that it wasn't like a metal band. And all I had been in my life up until that point was metal bands. Metal. Heavier the better. Metal, death metal, fucking whatever. That's all I was into. I'm like, let's play gent. Let's play like weird techie death metal shit. Let's play gent. Let's have some weird time signatures. Let's my old band were like, well, let's write a song that's just in 12, just cuz. We're like, okay, let's do it. So we had these weird syncopated genty metal. It was weird. That's all I was used to. And so Mark Moots single-handedly opened my eyes and opened my mind to this world of really great music that I had just never heard of before. And Fu Manchu was one of those bands. I heard the first Fu Manchu song I ever heard is on this record. Guess which one? No, it's just the first track, Separate Kingdom. Separate Kingdom from Fu Manchu came on, and it was one of those Why haven't I been listening to this band my whole life? Like, where has Fu Manchu been this whole time? The answer is they've always been here. I just didn't know about it. And Mark, there's going to be a lot of the records that I talk about are going to stem from Mark. Mark, I can't give him enough credit. Single-handedly sort of just opened my mind about music because I had been just like, nope, I listen to metal, I listen to hardcore, that's fucking it. Punk, metal, hardcore, punk, metal, hardcore, metal, hardcore, punk. And that was all I was into. And Mark burned me a shoebox full of CDs. He didn't burn me a shoebox. He burned me a shoebox full of CDs. And all that's on it is all this shit. Every Fu Manchu record, Unita, Slow Burn, Hermano, Fuzz, Gonga. You ever heard Gonga? Go check out Gonga for the fuzziest stoner rock you've ever heard. And I just loved it. I ate it up with a spoon. I could not get enough of it. I just dove in head first into all things stoner rock. Orange Goblin, The Obsessed, Saint Vitus. Fu Manchu. This record in particular has, every track is a banger on this record. On California Crossing, every track is a banger, but the first track, Separate Kingdom, is the banger. And then the second banger, I guess, it doesn't, I don't know. Yeah, does it, gent? Bampica, 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 Bampica. I'll pick up a pancake, I'll pick up a pancake. I don't know. You're going to have to ask that balding guitar guy on YouTube whose name I can't remember. If there's one track that I want you to have homework, Fu Manchu, California Crossing, the song is called Squash That Fly. Squash That Fly. Listen to it. It's a banger. It's a banger. And that's all it is it's fuzzy Southern California stoner rock. And I love it. I love this genre. Once you start like digging into this genre and going through some of these bands and you get into like some of the bands I listed like Hermano or Unita or Slow Burn, Orange Goblin, The Obsessed, Place of the Skull, Saint Vitus. So many great stoner metal and stoner rock bands. It's just a whole plethora of wonderful rock, heavy music that I just was never into. And this is the album that really was my jumping off point into a world of other music. Highly suggest it. Highly recommend it. Fu Manchu. California Crossing. And this is the super deluxe edition vinyl that I didn't need to buy, but it came with so much cool stuff. And it comes with like 4 different versions of this album. You know, when bands do that, it's like side A is the first demo. The second record is side B of the second demo. And then finally, the 5th side of the 6th record is like, that's the full release. And then it's like, oh, there's the remaster release on here too. So you have like 12 different versions of Fu Manchu's California Crossing. Amazing. Highly recommend it. Eagles of Death Metal? Hell yeah. Some Eagles of Death Metal. Are you kidding me? And it's not all, you know, I would just encourage you to give it a listen. Just give it a try. Just be open-minded and jump in. It's not crazy, heavy, aggressive death metal or anything like that. It's nothing that's going to really put you off, especially Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu is just so approachable, and they're so, like, listen to Separate Kingdom off of California Crossing and try not to smile. Like, it's just a fun song. It's just a fun, rockin', fuzzy Southern California song. It's not aggressive in any way. It's really easy listening. There's some great stoner rock and stoner metal out there, and that's just the name of it. It's not like they don't constantly, you know, all their songs aren't about like rolling bowls and, you know, whatever. It's just, that's just what the genre has become. You know, it's like fuzzy guitars and bell bottoms and long hair and denim jackets. And like, we live out in the desert. You know, I have a cactus in my front yard, and I tune my guitar to like drop B, and then we turn the distortion pedal, the fuzz distortion pedal all the way up, and we just get stoned and just write these riffs, these fuzzy riffs. That's the best way I can describe it. Anyway, there you go. There's a little bit more getting to know GrimmGreen, and I have a plethora of records and stories and music for you guys that is going to expand your mind, man. Expand your mind. Job for a Cowboy. See, here's one of those bands. You want to talk about Job for a Cowboy? Inquisitive Quandary. Never got into Job for a Cowboy. Never got into Job for a Cowboy. That's when I was too cool for everything, was when Job for a Cowboy was a band. And I regret it because I missed out on a lot of cool shit that I'm going to go back and revisit. Things that I had written off. And my buddy James Cleland, he made me listen to The Used, really, like for the first time ever in my life. And they're great. Like The Used is so good. And it was a band that I assumed I was better than and that I was too good for. And I'm like, I don't need to listen to The Used. I was a different person back then. I don't need to listen to The Used. I don't need to listen to Job for a Cowboy. Been there, seen it, already heard. I was like, Job for a Cowboy, they're just, I've been listening to metal so long that Job for a Cowboy, just, you don't appeal to me. You're just more of the same shit, I was really like an elitist kind of asshole back then. Man, I'm going through some real self-discovery right here, you guys, live on the air. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I was, and I apologize. And look, I'll give Job for a Cowboy a chance. I gave Lamb of God a chance. I gave The Used a chance. I'll give anything a chance these days. I'm not too good or better than fucking anything. Anything. Fun fact, Fu Manchu. Oh, yeah. Oh, never mind. Fu Manchu, they're on the Tony Hawk, one of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. Can't remember which one. California Crossing. That song, California Crossing, I think either California Crossing or Mongoose is in one of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. I don't remember which one, but that's a thing. That's their like big claim to fame. It's like, oh, they were in one Tony Hawk game. All right. Well, since that's the end of getting to know GrimmGreen, we got 15 minutes left. We're going to do the rest of these here super chats. First super chat right out of the gate here. GSC Vapes. GSC. On top of being dyslexic, I have bad vision. So I'm going to squint and try to read this really fine text. GSC. I feel like I'm at an eye test. GS. Nope. CSG Vapes. Very gracious of you. Have you heard anything about Florida SB 810? Passed yesterday, will effectively eliminate vaping products in the state of Florida. I didn't hear about SB 810 in Florida until it was way too late. Way too late. I did hear about it. It did unfortunately pass. It's effectively eliminating vaping in the state of Florida, kind of like Massachusetts basically eliminated vaping in the state of Massachusetts. Massachusetts got it really bad. Florida just got it really bad. It's going to get worse before it gets any better, but it will get better. There's no reason to stop fighting in Florida. You need to let those politicians in Florida know that they're not representing their constituents' interests. They're not representing your interests. And you need to let them know that repeatedly and relentlessly. Relentlessly. I'm sorry to hear about Florida. Yeah. Very sorry to hear about Florida. British Eyes, happy birthday to Mike Vapes, Dwayne, and Dash Vapes. Holy shit. We are celebrating a lot of birthdays today. Unbelievable, really. I mean, crap. Who else's birthday is it? Sick Boy's birthday? I heard it was Sick Boy's and John Haymaker's birthday. Do you know that? So many birthdays today. Well, happy birthday to everyone. Happy birthday to everyone. Tyler Axel Rose, very gracious of you. 'Twas a VTC. It was in a silver case. I can't remember the exact name of the mod. VTC in a silver case? A VTC in a silver case. You had me until you said silver case, and now I don't remember ever having a silver case, Tyler. I'll look. There's a really high probability it's here. I just may have not replaced it. Not replaced it. I just may have misplaced it. I'll look for you, Tyler X Rose. Matt Sinister, very gracious. Buying 2 to 3 vape items per month. Amateur. Exactly. See, that's what I was kind of saying about Randy too. Like, all right, you really need an excuse to buy 2 vape things a month. I mean, come on, man. That's just called being a vapor, you know? Rick, very gracious of you. Hey, Nick, I stumbled on the full line of sealed Dura smoke juice at my shop. Want in on some random e-liquid tasting devil horns from C137? Hell yeah, Rick. Hit me up, Rick. Hit me up, Rick, from Dimension C137. I would definitely like to try some Dura smoke. Good Lord. Dura smoke. Yeah, hit me up. Seriously. Cody, very gracious of you. Did you ever check out The Funeral Portrait? Yes. The Funeral Portrait. Now, yes. Hang on. I thought I had a... Yeah. No, are you the one that sent me Green Druid? No, you didn't send me Green Druid, Cody. Someone else sent me Green Druid. There was this other Doom band, Green Druid, that I just discovered from one of my patrons that's punishingly awesome. It's devastating. I will check out Funeral Portrait. I will definitely check out Funeral Portrait. I think I have, if I'm being honest. Here's what I'm going to do for you, Cody. I'm going to open Spotify right now, and I'm just going to search for Funeral Portrait, and I'm going to find them. Search. There you go. The Funeral Portrait. That will be the first thing I listen to right after this stream. How's that sound? I got you, Cody. I'll let you know. Appreciate that, man. Austin, very gracious of you. If you haven't heard them before, you need to check out We Hunt Buffalo. Very low, sounds exactly like, heavy, low, sounds exactly like you think it would. Yeah, I think I've heard of We Hunt Buffalo before. That name sounds familiar to me. I'll check them out. You know, I'm at this point in my life where anybody can make any recommendation whatsoever, and I'll be like, I'll check it out. You know, of course. Why not? What's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to listen to some music that I don't love. Oh, no. Ranger Man, very gracious of you. Mass has an advantage. Florida doesn't. We can drive to New Hampshire in a couple hours. Yeah, that's very true. If you're way out there in Florida, like on the southern area of Florida, that's it. You can't drive across the entire state to get vape gear. Fuck, that sucks. And honestly, my first thought is all the smokers in Florida are just going to keep smoking cigarettes. Maybe that's what they want. I don't know, but that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Going back to smoking cigarettes. I can't stand that. Jake Scrapwood. Next time, open the beer over a bowl. So I can save it in a bowl, like drink it out of the bowl. I wish I had like 3 more of these. I wish with all my wishes I had like 3 more of those. But I don't. What are you going to do? You know, you do the best you can with what you have. I can only work with what God gave me. Let's do... Does this work? Okay. Just want to make sure that still works. I have to make sure that Crap Cam McGarbage Cam is always ready to go. Let's, holy crap. We haven't done this in a really, really long time. I can't believe I'm going to press this button, but we're going to press it. Ready for favorite comments of the week? Here we go. We're going to read some freaking favorite comments of the week. We have not done comments of the week in what seems like just an eternity. Oh, wow, I have 2. That's awesome. I'm going to leave it like this. Whoa, that's weird. Let's see if I can look at one than the other. I don't need two. Do I need two? No, let's turn off crap cam McGarbage cam. Let's just keep Sorny up here. First favorite comment of the week. Jeremy Vanos. Jeremy V, you usually get these for me, and I haven't done them in so long, but I'm going to try to get going to these again. Going to try to get going. I feel like this is a great way to end the vlog, is to look back at some favorite comments of the week from the previous week's videos, you know? First favorite comment of the week, Dave just said, talk to me, Nick. All right. Oh, God. OBS is freezing. Hey, there you are, Dave. Dave's back? Dave's gone. Dave. Okay. Hey, Dave. It's Nick. Just want to say, hey, man. Hope you're doing good, Dave. You asked me to talk to you in a comment, so I thought I'd just hit you up. Looks like we're playing quite a game of phone tag here, so all good. I'll talk at you soon, my man. Cool. Bye. Iron Sheik Mrs. Grimm. Sheik is upset with all the nonsense going on lately. Yeah, I feel you, Sheik. You know, we're in a rough spot. We're in a real rough spot. Iron Sheik used to comment all the time on my videos. He used to call me out whenever I burped. Sheik, burping makes Sheik sad. I finally got to meet Sheik at an event. It was awesome. I'm glad to see you're still around, Sheik. Appreciate you. Akaine. I don't know how to say that name, but this person commented and said, Jelly Belly did a study. Kids like simple, familiar flavors, grape, orange, strawberry, and adults like complex flavors. It's not hard to determine who these Fruit Loop, Dragon Fruit, Milky Coffee Tea flavors are developed for. Yeah, I absolutely believe that. I absolutely agree with that. Kids don't want, there's e-liquids out on the market that's like, Earl Grey tea with lemon. Just because it's a flavor other than tobacco, does it instantly mean that it's, only supposed to be for kids? You're telling me that Earl Grey tea e-liquid with lemon, that's a kid appealing flavor? That's a child appealing flavor simply because it's not tobacco? Defending flavors is the dumbest thing, and I hate doing it because you never really feel like you're getting your point across. You always kind of just go, yeah, well, adults like flavors too. So, no, that's it. That's the end of my argument. Adults like flavors too. We just do. We got the Jelly Belly study. Defending flavors constantly. Mike Turk over there at M-Turk. We all know M-Turk. I'm vaping his Turkish cake right now. Go to my Instagram just to follow Turk. Give us a break, Grimm. You've been promoting M-Turk with his logo on your microphone for the last 2 weeks, for fuck's sake. Or had you forgotten that? Never waste a good opportunity to shamelessly promote a client. That's sad. Shoestring Tom is very upset that I'm friends with Mike Turk. Like, he does not approve of that. So, Shoestring Tom, I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Eat shit. Turk's not a client. I don't have clients. What does that even mean? Why would I have a client? Who? Yeah, Mike Turk's my client. I represent him. I don't know. Somewhere. Shut up. That's all I have to say. Shut up. Give us a break. Sorry. I'm not going to apologize ever for my friends making dope shit. Turk makes dope shit. He's got a dope logo. He's a good friend. He's got good liquids, and he's got good RDAs. I will rep Turk always because I think his products are of top quality, and I am confident that if anybody who follows me or is a subscriber, if they ventured into the Turk world and they picked up some Turk products, they would be getting high quality products. That's why I rep Turk. Also, he's my bed. My bed? My bud. He's my bed bud. Nope. Shoestring Tom, you can kick rocks and eat shit. John Barber. Oh, look, here's another one. John Barber. We've seen John Barber before. Should I not be giving attention to John Barber? We've seen John Barber a lot. John Barber is just one of those eternal trolls. Eternal trolls. Nick is a parasite on the advocacy and an advocacy stooge. Okay, sorry. I thought he was calling me a parasite on the advocacy stage, but no, he just called me an advocacy stooge. That's fine. That's not an insult to me. This is as much his fault as it is anyone else's. He and his band of parasites diverted huge amounts of money from retail businesses, shaking down consumers and producers alike, which financially weakened the industry at a time it was really needed. Yes, me and my band of parasites diverted huge amounts of money. What? From retail businesses, shaking down consumers and producers alike. Yeah, we are, me and my friends, we are bullies, first and foremost. Bullies. We apparently shake people down. We have diverted huge amounts of money from retail businesses. We have diverted that. We did that. We did that, apparently. I feel like if we had diverted huge amounts of money from retail businesses, that I'd have some sort of money to show about it, to show for it. Shaking down consumers. Vape advocacy is a fucking joke and is nothing less than extortion. Well, it's all over now and idiots are still sending money. It's criminal. I'm going to enjoy watching these douchebags struggle to figure out what they're all going to do now. Wow. John Barber's so mad. John Barber needs a fucking hug. John Barber just needs a hug and someone to pat him on the head and just go, shh, 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 shh. It's okay, John Barber. It's okay. We'll be fine. I'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah. We definitely diverted huge amounts of money from retail businesses. Don't you remember when we were shaking down consumers? Don't you remember at NVE when people were coming in and we were just stealing their stuff? Everybody remembers that, right? Unreal. Real Jim Shady. Juul is going to release a disposable, and that's why it's exempt. Mark my words. I almost would have marked your words. Juul is going to release a disposable, 100%. I think the product that they're working on now with the thumbprint sensor, it's supposed to card you every time you use it. I think it's a disposable. Jim Shady, consider your words marked. Last favorite comments of the week. Blackline builds. Science for president. Yep. Look, 100% on board with this. 100% on board. Let's get science for president. Let's get reason for president. Let's get someone that can put a fucking thought together. I mean, I'm not going to talk about politics. I'm just not going to talk about politics. Here's what I'm saying. I'm really looking forward to the Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders debate. I think that is going to be legendary entertainment. And if Biden gets the nomination, I'm really very much looking forward to Trump and Biden going at it. This is going to be great. You shut up, John Haymaker. I told you not to tell anybody. I'm just kidding. Nicholas Soprano. You know what's funny is we started watching The Sopranos last night, John. We came to an end of a TV show and we're just sitting there and we're like, what do we do? What do we do now? We have no shows to watch. We have no shows lined up. We don't have a movie to watch. We got nothing. Casey's like, you want to watch The Sopranos? We started watching The Sopranos. And I got really sucked into the first 20 minutes of it before I fell asleep. I did break John Haymaker's thumbs. Can we start that rumor? Can we start a rumor? There's already a rumor going around that I poop naked. Can we at least start a cool rumor about me? Like, shit, I heard GrimmGreen broke some dude's thumbs. You ever heard of John Haymaker? Yeah. Dude broke his thumbs. Just for no reason. He just walked up to him and broke his thumbs. It was brutal. It was brutal. Yeah, sundowning Joe Biden. Okay. Well, guys, we're here. We're at the end of the vlog. I'm just going to take one quick look. Make sure I didn't forget anything. I wish I had more watermelon wheat beer. I have a bunch of CBD gummies. I've got a new Burst Bacco Nuts liquid that I am loving. Loving this liquid. So, you know what, guys? That's what I got for this week. Appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming out. You don't have to, but you do, and I really appreciate it. I know you have a lot of options here on YouTube, but I do really, truly feel gratitude and appreciation for you guys coming out, hanging out every week with the vlog. It's a great chance for us to just catch up, hang out, have fun, vape, drink, talk politics, and just fellowship and be a vape community like we should be a vape community, you know? I really appreciate it. Lots coming up tonight. That's What She Said is on in about a half hour. The Vape Team as well is happening in about a half hour. I appreciate you. One last time. Happy birthday, Ruby Roo, yesterday. Go check out That's What She Said. Happy birthday, Thomas Crow. Yo, my man. I'm honored to have you be a part of my Cool Kids Club. Thomas Crow, happy birthday to you. I hope you had a great day. And don't remember? Wow. Don't forget, everybody. No matter what anybody tells you, no matter what any crooked politician tells you, no matter what the state of Florida tells you, absolutely, you guys, keep on vaping. Peace. Be excellent to each other.